Oh yeah, what a medium of party.
Hamtateta na wablog. Sisi tutasimama. Itabidi muinue. Itabidi prosecution tuko hapa.
Zidini yake utachoka.
Sasa
Usikuja hata kitu chako ndugu.
hawezi
By the God, at the explanation that I give God is good, touching the matter of from the truth, nothing but the truth. I'm number 100-990 Corporal Stanislaw. Stanislaw is STANISLA. We also intend to acquire documents. We intend to travel to Babu, where he acquired birth certificate from when civil registration office. We are also here to while he had presented himself for biometrics, as he was in the process of applying Kenyan.
Time one maintain though. Just to others. Yeah. We need for but giving sufficient time to probably say what is in our heart.
The prosecution's applications are allowed as print. I find the 10 days to be sufficient, owing to the nature of the application. Mention on 9th of July. Next.
Very pretty on. I have an urgent matter to have you to it. A very, very urgent matter. My name is Hamini.
Which one? Which
Can I
matter?
speak, Your Honor?
You are speaking. I can hear you.
I have a very urgent matter I would like to bring to your attention.
Yes, which matter?
Yeah. Your Honor, there's a young lady by the name of Shaba Akia. She spent the whole of last night in custody. This young lady has a child of about 7
There
months
is the
old.
file. Has his file been brought? A file.
Your Honor, you can use that discretion. You don't need even a file. The child
Compiled and presented. A file. Court file.
could you speak up with respect, Your Honor? I don't hear you. My ears are infected.
There has to be a file for me to record what you are saying.
I think if someone pretends to bring a file, the child has not been fed at all. The interests of the child are most paramount. Where is the chair? Sit up and chair. Where is it? You have your child. Yeah, the child has not been fed since yesterday. 9.
This is the file, so
Yes,
she's
thank
going
you,
to be
ma'am.
handled.
Criminal case number E353 2026.
Hmm?
Gideon Odero.
Yeah.
Kichwa tafadhali.
Okay.
Could you be kind enough to mention the name of our king,
Shaba Achieng,
Chapa King?
Charles Tembo. Unaitika. Geoffrey Momanyi. Sema present. Yes. Gerald Okinoti. James Ndumu. Paul Busuru. Alex Kilonzo. Abdi Ibrahim.
Do you have the charge sheet? Eh?
Abdi Ibrahim. Yes. Khalid Mohammed. Abdi Majid.
Charge sheet.
Esbon Gitaru. Davis Waboga. Moses Ndirangu. James Alukubi. Stephen Mwai. Edward Asiachi. Bramwell Ndiema. Peter Alukaba. Eric Makoha. Kelvin Kamau. Ahmed Mohammed. Caesar Mwangi. Eric Sila. David Otundo. Stephen Kamagera. Paul Njogu. Benson Jenga. Junior Mburu. Dennis Kanyari. Hosea Wanjiru. Alex Nzoka. Joseph Maina. Stephen
What's the
Dumu,
charge?
George Mwangi.
Yeah.
Stephen Mulinge. Kevin Mukavi. Alex Asare. James Muturi. Eli Ume. Robert Kitui. Jamlek Mbudia. Tony Omondi. Tony. Ali Salim Abdallah.
President.
Bosco Juma. Mike Yanye. Brian Kea. Kelvin Ochieng. Nes Okome. Patrick Elkana. Dennis Mwanza. Anthony Musioka. Martin Zeze. Benjamin Okola. Job Ochieng. Boniface Ochango. Boniface Ochango. Paul
So we say
Mushiri.
we're on record for everybody except
Paul
a chief.
Mushiri. Fred Welebeha. So,
Yeah.
Because of my friend, John Marie.
Your Honor, before senior addresses.
Before I go call the Your Honor.
You may stand.
May I, with the leave and respect,
Mtatumia lugha gani? Kizungu ama Kiswahili?
The,
I
is
think we
that
shall speak national language. Your Honor.
is that
I'm talking
is that for
You should take the quorum
quorum?
because
I have to know the language because I have to record which language you use. Kiswahili. Nyinyi wote Kiswahili. Proceed, senior.
Your Honor, I'll speak. I appeal to my friend, Mr. John Moretti. With my permission, Your Honor, may I acknowledge the presence of our former governor, Honorable Mike Konko, and the governor, Honorable Orengo, and the president of Senator Morton, and the president of Honorable Babu.
Your Honor, probably it's better to have the full quorum, then we can proceed on that basis. Because other than me and the president and Babu, we are quite a host of advocates. So we make sure the record clearly bears the representation. And then we proceed.
I have no objection.
Yes.
So Hamino is number one.
Yes.
Number two, yourself.
Yes, I appear with the following counsel for the accused persons. My lord friend, former president of the Law Society, Faith Odhiambo, Senator Dan Manzo, Honorable Babu Owino, Murimi Karani, Eric Muriuki, Pius Oyo, Abner Mango. Abner is spelled Abner. Nurdin Hagai. Please tell me if I'm too fast, your lady, if I'm too fast, but I think we are doing fine. Ivy Wairimu, Alois Mbeche, J.W. Oruko, Mr. Hiram Kirimi, Faith Shaban, Japan. The two of them are representatives from the council members of the Law Society. And then we have John Moriri, I think, who has been mentioned by a senior counsel. Yeah.
The name?
For Kituo Sharia.
His name?
John Moriri. So I propose that probably from there the charge should, there's Mr. Witty. I think we.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. On behalf of the Republic, my name is J.V. Witty. I appear together with Mr. Murage, Mr. Kiragu, Ms. Karioki, Ms. Magolo, and Mr. Mwaura. You know, in the preliminary, before the charges can be read out, having concurred with my colleagues, we make an application under Section 87A to withdraw the charges against the second accused person, for the reason that we have confirmed the name is Shaban. Okay. Shaban Achieng. What's your name? Shaba. Oh, Shaba.
That is a very good thing. It just shows they were just arrested.
The charges against Shaba Cheng, pursuant to Section 87A of the Criminal Procedure Code, together with Article 157(6)(c) of the Constitution. And that she may be forthwith to be discharged from this
Section of the Constitution?
Article 157(6)(c) of the Constitution, as read in Section 87A of the Criminal Procedure Code. She may forthwith be discharged before we proceed to plead for the rest. The reason for that withdrawal is that we've confirmed she has a 7-month-old child, and that would be sufficient reason for us. We may then.
May I say something?
You are agreeing.
I'm sorry. I forgot to mention the name of Chien.
We are dealing with Shaba Chien. What do you say to what
I'm
they
appearing with
proceed?
her. Because of the testimony.
They want to withdraw. Is there any objection? They want to withdraw the case.
Yeah, but you know,
against-
About regarding withdrawing
the
the
fact
case,
that
Your
charge is being withdrawn will be very important in the trial. During the trial.
May I say something further?
It means they're being arrested arbitrarily.
The state is under mandatory duty
Give me time, I withdraw
to
that
offer
case first.
for you to make an order. But the little people
Give me time, I do
Should
the,
be awarded
I do the withdrawal.
Oh, I see. Sorry. Sorry. My ears are not on top of it.
We'll deal with it later in the trial. It's a very material.
Sabaching, stand up. Sabaching. Kesi yako imeondolewa, unaweza ondoka, uende nyumbani. Yes, you are free, you can go.
Before you make a final order, may I submit you most respectfully?
We are going to the rest
You
now.
have an inherent duty to award the little people some damages.
The case has
Monetary
been withdrawn.
damages.
I have withdrawn it at the earliest opportunity, so I don't see need for damages.
Maybe it's such a small thing just to clean up the charge. In the charge sheet, it shows all the accused persons are males. I think, unless the charge is amended, it'd be a crucial factor at some moment. But I'm saying that, because of the application which has been made to withdraw on account of having a child.
Other than Mishaba, is there another lady? Are there women?
I don't know whether the other women, but it just occurred to me. The charge sheet shows they're all males.
Accused, we have a woman in the group.
Wale wameitwa majina, kuna
It was on Gishaba. So proceed and read out the charges.
sasa ninyi wote ambaye mmeitwa majina, mmeshtakiwa na kosa kwamba mliweza kuzuia magari kinyume na sheria. Maelezo ni kwamba mnamo tarehe 25 mwezi wa 6 mwaka huu mwendo wa saa 6 mchana katika barabara ya hadi kule Kamkunji Sub County jiji la Nairobi, nyinyi kwa pamoja mliweza kuzuia gari ambapo mliweza kuweka mawe na pia mkaweza kuchoma haya kwa barabara ambayo sasa hiyo iliweza kusababisha gari kuzuia gari na watumiaji wa barabara wengine kupita. Ni ukweli ama si ukweli?
For neatness of your record, for neatness of your record, we propose that the question is put differently. We can see that there is the majority denying the charges, so that if your clerk could ask if anyone is.
I have to record each accused with what.
That's right.
That's
right.
what I'm trying to record.
That's right,
What
Your
I
Honor, but
give
to
me
save the time of both the court and the advocates, the court can simply ask whether there is anyone pleading guilty, but the
With the
court's
what?
record will read individually.
So I have to write that individual. So do you bear with me? I do the writing.
All right, that's okay.
Not to plead guilty.
They're not guilty.
To ask if somebody agree with the charge, so that I might just say yes, one could call them by
He would have been faster, but. What do you make of these statements where there are statements actually attached to the chat sheets by police officers? They are not under obligation to
we were proposing
provide
that,
statements.
when the court will individually write the nature of the plea from each of the accused persons, because of their number and to save time, the court can simply ask who of them pleads guilty. Then the court will have time to record for each of them. But we can have one voice. If none of them is pleading guilty, the court will record 57. 57 because one has been withdrawn. Plea of not guilty for each of them in the record. But for purposes of reading here, without need to ask each of you, accused one, accused two, we can have that collective question to them.
Well,
from the way they gave a resounding voice, that so far as they are concerned, they are not guilty. You do not have to go through the expert.
Sorry, Your Honor. Sorry, Your Honor. With a lot of respect to senior counsel, I think you should let the process continue. You cannot take plea on their behalf, and the question will still be asked. It's a simple question.
All that I'm saying, they say in a very resounding voice that they are not guilty.
Senior counsel, you know better than I do that the court has procedures. Let us let the court do the procedures with a lot of respect.
Yes. So I asked if is guilty.
we agreeable.
Kuna yote anakubaliana na hii makosa kwamba ungeweza kuzuia gari. Kama unakubaliana kwamba jana ungeweza kufanya makosa ya kuzuia gari pale kwa kuweka mawe kwa barabara na pia kuchoma taya, unaweza inua mkono juu kama unakubaliana. Kama unakubaliana, inua mkono juu.
Kwa hivyo wote mumekataa.
Yeah.
We have deflated you. We are not supposed to be.
Okay, so you're doing so well. Yeah.
But what we ask that a reasonable bail.
A reasonable bail terms.
They should not be frustrated by the process. Yeah.
No, they should just go. Personal recourse.
They adopt this, if they can adopt as a reason, all the files.
Yeah. Personal recognizance. I agree with you, but but we will request you. Oh, wait. Have you submitted, is this part of the, have you filed the charge sheet together with the statements in court? Because this is the way you've been given. But what is in the court file?
You can confirm compliance, not compliance. Okay. Okay. So just need the statements. Once it's given, we can take statements given. But
Yeah.
you can't take it back.
Yeah, you can't take it back. So is on record.
Yes.
Or we take only bad. Those constitutional issues.
Yes, that's
Yeah. The
deal is too good.
The deal is too good. I'll tell the magistrate. I'll tell the magistrate. It gives me a difficult time, but this time around.
Silence in court. Silence in court. Each accused has entered a plea of not guilty. Plea entered is that of not guilty.
Your Honor, we are not opposed to the release of the accused persons on bail. We will, however, be requesting that the court grants reasonable bail terms, considering the nature of the offense. To ensure that they attend court.
Your Honor, let me say from the bar, Mr. Witty is normally fond of giving me a very difficult time. But today he's been reasonable. But having said that, Your Honor, we would want to say in response to the position of the prosecution that they are not opposed to bail, in the circumstances we plead with the court that in view of the nature of the offense and the circumstances of the offense as it appears in the charge sheet, release of the accused persons These are Kenyans. These are they are very good patriotic Kenyans who showed their patriotism yesterday. And bail is a constitutional right. At the time of giving that person recognitions, they can give their details, where they live, and the persons who can be contacted on their behalf. But it's such a matter that me, as a senior counsel, I'm prepared to stand as guarantee, not surety, because I'll make sure each one of them come to court. I'll make sure, and the president here will make sure. Honorable Babu, Senator Manzo, these are patriotic people, you know. So I ask you, really, ask you that it's a Friday. It's a Friday, and these are free citizens who are innocent before your ladyship until proven to the contrary.
Songo knows their home. Songo knows their home.
Yes, I'm told Governor Sonko was here. He's here. So, yeah, he knows their home. There are two governors here, Governor Sonko and Governor Babu. We can't go wrong with that. But I want to show you, I've never said this before a court of law, to say that I can personally guarantee that these people appear in court. If you give them such a bail term on personal recognizances, and that's why we appear here. Monsieur le Président, Madame President.
Maybe, Your Honor, just to add, is that you can always take the contact information of housing if given free bond. And just to add, my lady, that we should not allow the prosecution to use this court to punish people for exercising their constitutional rights under Article 37. The process should not lead to punishment, that they are held longer than they ought to, merely because they exercise their constitutional rights. Because, my lady, I urge that even the aim may not even be to hold them liable at the end of the day to find them guilty, but by keeping them longer in the justice system, by frustrating them, it will be a deterrent for people to exercise their rights. The courts of law should be courts of justice, halls that should be respected and not to be used as a tool to frustrate the people of Kenya. And so we urge you that to ensure this Friday, these individuals are set free, that the Constitution is not used through these courts to punish these citizens. People should be able to enjoy their constitutional rights, should come and congregate, protest if they want to protest, and be allowed to go home. They have already lost their right to liberty. They were held yesterday. Let's not allow the process to punish them. They are kept further than today. That is my humble.
Your Honor, your kind permission, on the same request made by Senior Counsel Orengo, my name is Daniel Manzo. Your Honor, their personal telephone numbers can also be taken together with other relatives. And therefore, Your Honor, I do believe today be a Friday, and knowing very well the process of processing someone out of this situation, we plead with you to allow personal bond with their details be left around, including telephone number or telephone number of a relative. I do believe, Your Honor, they will present themselves in the court the next time they are needed, and we'll be able to proceed with the matter. I thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I did hear the prosecution stating that because of the nature of the case and and that the accused persons should not be released on personal bond terms. And Your Honor, I want to remind the prosecution that bail is a constitutional right and not a privilege, as enshrined in Article 49(1)(h), the rights of an arrested person to be admitted on bail. Your Honor, the bail and bond terms policy of the court stipulates that cash bail should be admitted in a manner that is not punishing before trial. Because at all times, Your Honor, the accused persons remain innocent until the contrary is proved. That is Article 50, sub-article 2, paragraph A of the Constitution. Your Honor, Article 37 states that every person has a right to peaceably and unarmed to assemble, demonstrate. Article 37 of the Constitution states that every person has a right to peaceably and unarmed. It's quite fortunate that our people, the accused persons here, were only armed with their brains and phones. To assemble, to demonstrate, to picket and to present petitions to public authorities. Your Honor, this freedom cannot be reduced to a privilege dispensed at the pleasure of power. Your Honor, the greatest mistake that the accused persons committed is to commemorate the Gen Zs who were killed in 2024. Those were their brothers and sisters. Your Honor, the state cannot convert grief into guilt. A memorial march is not an insurrection, Your Honor. And the Constitution does not go on holiday when citizens take to the streets. On a government that is confident in its legitimacy does not fear candles, flowers, prayers, or peaceful assembly. Your Honor, the blood of the fallen citizens cannot become legal foundation for arresting those who remember them. And if mourning becomes criminal, Your Honor, then liberty itself stands accused. If mourning becomes criminal, Your Honor, then liberty itself stands accused. And therefore, Your Honor, the executive cannot suspend Article 37. The executive itself cannot suspend Article 37, which allows the right to assemble, merely because it finds the message inconvenient. Your Honor, this court must be a shield for liberty and not rubber stamp for power. Not a rubber stamp for power. Your Honor, liberty cannot be sacrificed at the altar of administrative convenience. Lastly, Your Honor, after today's headlines failed, one question will be made. When citizens stood before this court seeking the protection of the Constitution, did the law bend before power? Or did power bow before the law? We respectfully, Your Honor, urge the court to release the accused persons on personal bond terms and reaffirm that constitutional freedom Your Honor, rights do not just disappear just because power is uncomfortable. Lastly, Your Honor, if there are those who are supposed to be charged before you are the police officers who barricaded your brother Mugambi released a ruling request for grant conservatory order as per the notice of motion dated 25th June 2025 is thus merited, as it will serve to ensure that the public is not inconvenienced whenever the first respondent decides to block public roads to prevent access. Paragraph 9, I thus grant the following order pending the hearing and determination of this application. And the order is that pending the hearing and determination of this application, by issued restraining the first respondent, who was the Inspector General of Police, or any other officer subordinate to him, Nairobi County, or streets district, or any other public road without using a timely advisory notice prior to the emergency barricading of roads to allow the citizens / members of public to plan their activities accordingly. Therefore, Your Honor, please grant us, if you find it fit, Your Honor. I know members of the public who are here after they are released, we can go and make citizens arrest of these police officers who are blocking the roads.
Sorry, Your Honor. No, I am itching to intercept the danger of having, even when the prosecution is not opposing bail, they are responding to some prosecution is not opposing bail. The prosecution is asking you that use your wisdom in the circumstances, including their sentiments, to apply and give us appropriate measures, whether it be personal bonds, whether it be cash bail, whatever it is, the court will see right in its wisdom. Having a seat here further than now, I see Mr. Muriuki still wants to stand. When we are not proposing bail, the court's time.
No, we allow them.
Let me finish. Mr. Ongele, I was seated when you spoke for 20 minutes. Just using 2 minutes. We plead with you. But bail is not opposed for these 57 gentlemen. There are other files. No. We are not allowing personal bond. The court should not understand that we're saying we are Nigerian. We are saying the proposed personal bond, we are telling you, because bail and the nature thereof is at discretion of this court, which we believe we will exercise judicially and judiciously. Let us not waste more time on telling you that you should consider whether to give personal bail or a cash bail. That is something you can do without allowing advocate politicians to talk to us for the next one.
Your Honor, I think
I withdraw.
Mr. JV is out of order.
I withdraw.
Your Honor, I took
because we have a police that are waiting for you.
We'll adopt the submissions.
Your Honor,
Babu hasn't
I
finished.
respectfully agree with my...
He has not finished, Senior.
Let me just finish and then proceed. Your Honor, I took 4 years at the University of Nairobi studying LLB law. So, further 2 years taking my master's in law, and a further 1 year at the Kenya School of Law, and also lectured at the Kenya School of Law. So therefore, Your Honor, when JV Owiti is trying to say that this is a political advocate, then Your Honor is out of order. As I conclude, Your Honor, Article 157(11) of the Kenyan Constitution states clearly that the office of the DPP should act in a manner that promotes public interest and confidence. But Your Honor, what the prosecution is saying before you is completely eroding that public interest. In the first instance, he ought not to have approved the charges before you, Your Honor. Thank you, and I rest my case.
Those are all legal arguments.
My only friend would like to say something thereafter.
Yes, Your Honor, very briefly and following what my seniors have already presented on, I'm going to address you. My name is Eric Muriuki. I'm going to address you briefly on Section 123A, Paragraph D of the CPC. And I want this court to take note of the fact that in this charge sheet before you, there is no vehicle that has been identified, no driver has been named,
Sorry,
no registration number has been...
to interject. It's the same danger we talked about earlier. The question of evidence...
my other friend can sit down, let this young man finish what he wants to say.
Senior Counsel, you're not the court. Let me finish what I'm saying. I am allowed to interject.
I have the right to speak. You're not the only one who can speak.
You know what we are...
So let us just allow him to talk. And then we can...
Mr. Minwa, you are not the court. Let me speak to court kindness, with a lot of respect.
When you are saying
Yes,
something
because
is
Your Honor-
irrelevant, you cannot keep quiet.
No, Your Honor, allow me to make my interjection. You can overrule it. Allow me to make my interjection. No, Your Honor. We are not opposing bail. We have other pleas to take. The gentleman is going to issue some evidence of the way. Let me finish.
You have sung that Christian chorus for too long.
I am here to represent the Republic in this case. So I will have my time to speak, and then I'll let you speak. What we are telling you, yes.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm addressing the court on section, yes, 123 AD. It's very relevant as one of the considerations on issues bail. As I was saying, there is no driver that has been named, no registration number provided. There is no stated duration for this obstruction, and there is no distinct act attributed to any individual. Therefore, Your Honor, what is being penalized here is assembly, full stop, and Article 37, and then it is being dressed up as obstruction. Your Honor, there is no complainant other than the state. There is no independent witness, not even a driver or a motor vehicle owner or a passenger. But a charge of obstructing traffic with no obstructed motorists anywhere on its face is thin. And this is just the state persecuting assembly under Article 37 and not vindicating the use of any road. But these circumstances point directly to the dismissal of these charges, preliminarily at best and at worst release on free bond. And one final thing that I will mention is that to prevent punishment by process, we pray that this court should direct that upon consideration of the bail terms, the registry should remain open until those bails have been processed, because the intention might be to finish here late so that processing the bail may not be possible. Thank you.
You're not going to respond?
Am I not going to speak? I'm the son of the soil.
I'm not your client.
I am a son of the soil. I have a right to speak. Yes, Your Honor, I respectfully agree with my learned friends, Honorable Orengo, Honorable Babu, and Honorable also, when they have said, let the accused be released on personal terms. Your Honor, we all live in this country. We cannot pretend that we do not know what is going on at all. We all live in this country. And we know the events of yesterday. Quite a number of us who are watching what was going on. We know what happened. We know why activists went out yesterday. They were paying their respects to the deceased ones. And this charge or these allegations against them arise out of a situation which is clearly intended to abuse the law, which is clearly intended to abuse the Constitution. And Your Honor, may I respectfully say to you again that one reason why the 2010, or several reasons why the 2010 came to the Constitution operation, was because the law and the Constitution were being abused by the And if you take the trouble, Your Honor, to go through this Constitution states clearly and gives instances where the law and the Constitution were being abused. And the drafters of the Constitution, Your Honor, I say this very respectfully, went out of their way to confer powers on the judiciary, to confer powers on the judicial officers, judges, and magistrates, to ensure that the law of the land is not abused, to ensure that the constitution of the country is not abused. But we know what is going on. The law is still abused. The constitution is being abused. And in this connection, Your Honor, may I refer you to the following provisions in the Constitution. I wish respectfully to refer you to Article 26, which deals with the right to life. Article 28, which deals with human dignity. Article 29, which deals with the freedom and security of the person. Article 32, which deals with the freedom of conscience, religion, belief, and opinion. And Article 33, which deals with the freedom of expression. And Article 37, which deals with assembly, demonstration, picketing, petition, which deals with the rights of arrested persons, and etc. And of course, Article 55, that deals with the youth. And Your Honor, tumechoka. Things are happening which actually are violating this constitution of Kenya, which is the best constitution in black Africa. They are being done deliberately so that you have a court charge which has been brought before the court very deceitfully and very dishonestly, which is not bringing out clearly what has happened at all. These individuals are being charged because of participating in the demonstration yesterday, which is an African, inconsistent with the African custom, consistent with customs of our country, consistent with the Constitution, consistent with the law. Your Honor, the only way of making sure that the executive behaves itself, the DPP also and the Director of Criminal Investigation conduct things in a rightful manner, is to make sure that when the charges are brought to you, you act in a manner which will show a firm stand of the judiciary. And we are asking you very respectfully, you show a firm stand in order to stop this deliberate attempt to violate the law, deliberate attempt to obstruct or to play down or to breach the Constitution. And the only way, please, I'm speaking, the matter is not as simple as you say that it's just not, we're not opposing. Yeah. Your Honor, the only way of making them behave themselves is to come out and tell them in a very blunt language, I'm refusing to give bail on terms like surety, like fire, like depositing money and so on. Make an order consistent to what you have done in respect of Achieng. Let these young people go out in freedom. Give them a personal bonds. They will come. They are obedient. And our governor, Orengo, and our former governor, who is now a human rights activist, will ensure that the accused are before the court. Nobody's going to run away from this country. If I may remind you of a saying that we used to say to tell people when we came from the universities, and we hoped that Kenya would be a wonderful country and a show peace to the whole world. We used to say that when you are tired of Kenya, you are tired of life. We can no longer say that at all. And indeed, we propagated this very much, so that our friends, our cousins in the East, Singapore, that is now talked about, and other countries like Korea and so on, came and stayed here for about 3 months, trying to find out why Kenya was doing so well. 7 shillings made an American dollar. 17 shillings made a British pound sterling. Now we are wallowing in poverty. We can hardly eat sukuma wiki. We can hardly drink maziwalala. Let this court rise to the occasion and say to people like Mr. Owichi, sorry, I apologize. Say to people like Mr. Owichi that in discharging your duties as legal officers, we shall not bend to please you. We shall do what is good for Kenya to be a free country and to shine in Africa and in the world. Give these young people free bond. Do not agree to the idea that you make money an issue. Don't agree to the issue that you allow that they have to produce sureties. Doing so, you'll be joining their camp. Thank you.
Your Honor, I thought everything has been said.
I was on my feet at the commencement. I'm saying this because Haminwa has been on his feet. I normally find it very hard to listen to Dr. Haminwa because I practiced with him under the old constitution. And I thought times would be better.
And we were tortured together.
But I remember an occasion when we were in court with him together, Dr. Haminwa. And the magistrate, when making and it 1,000, and he said, how are you going to get home? And he said, I need 700 shillings to get home. On that basis alone, your colleague who was sitting on that same chair gave a personal bond, because bail is not a privilege, it's a right. So it depends. Is attendance. Attendance, these are citizens. And if there's any problem about attendance, you would have been addressed on that issue. If one is likely to jump bail, it may have been a consideration that would have been raised earlier. It was never raised earlier. So it's not a fear on the part of the prosecution. So we urge you that these young men should go home. But you can hear from what you have said, these charges have a lot of problems that we'll address at a later time. But this is not the occasion. So please, if you ask them how much they have in their pockets, maybe 1,000 shillings each. So it could be a sign of, you can hear from that chorus really. Let them go home. Thank you.
And say we will
Your Honor, may I add something? May I add something?
No.
If you ask Haminwa how much money do you have in the pocket, he will say 0.
Yes, Your Honor. Like we have said, we do not oppose bail. I wanted to respond to a number of things, including Section 123, I think, with the waste of time. Us. We reiterate that we do not oppose bail, but we reiterate again that you use your discretion judiciously and judicially, including your fear that you just to us, and the request by the defense for personal account, and we trust that you're going to come up with a reasonable bail nature or bail term in the circumstances. I thank you.
Your Honor, what I understand my friends are saying, you can use your discretion also to give them a free bond.
No, let me tell you.
Yes, that's also. That's also.
I was voicing the views of the Kituo Checheria.
No.
May I say that very simply? Kituo Checheria appearing.
So we have decorum with it. Yeah, that I can hold. Yeah.
By the way, Your Honor, you may not be aware, this Mr. Witty was always bringing this Mandamano cases.
Okay, this is the ruling of the court. I have carefully considered the application for bail by the defense and the reply by the prosecution. I've noted that then a good number of the accused persons are young people. I've also taken notice that bail is a constitutional right and that the accused are presumed innocent till proven guilty. I've taken judicial notice of the events that led to the matters before me. Cash bail of 1,000 each for each accused person. The defense be supplied with witness statements and the end document relied on by the prosecution, and the matter be mentioned in a week's time for pre-trial. Yes. Thank you. Yes, right away. Yes. I've not seen them. You are making me. I've not seen them.
Okay, they'll come back.
You mentioned 2nd of July.
2nd of July, most of the time.
Are they ready?
Again, we thank you. We understand there's another matter again, similar matter.
Yes, yes.
Okay, then, yeah.
Yes, Your Honor. Eric Juma Amalo. Joseph Barasa.
How many copies?
Eric Juma Amalo. Joseph Barasa. Eric Juma Amalo. Eric Juma Joseph wengine nasoma hivi kidogo. Mimi nimeshakia nafasi kwamba mwaka huu mwendo wa saa 4 hadi barabara kusanyika pale kwa barabara. Mpira ni siku ya kwanza. Siku mbili sasa watatu na tukisema.
Similarly, this file, we do not oppose bail and we urge you to confirm the exact submissions that are made, including the court's ruling on bail.
The appearances are the same as in the other file. We agree with the prosecution that we adopt the submissions made in the previous file and we order us to bail.
This time we agree with our prejudice.
Just come on.
Joanna, so I keep on amending the appearance. I'm also appearing with my airport learned friend, Mr. John Maina. He's an advocate, and he's one who advocates very much for the Constitution, and he's a human rights activist. And then also I'm appearing to my airport learned friend, is Wahome.
You know, we also got an additional appearance in our team, is Mudoni Gashara from Elders Council. We are most obliged.
Most obliged.
Samuel, Shakaba, katika barabara ya Dante iliweza kuzuia gari. Mimi pamoja na wengine hawako mbele ya mahakama, mkiweza kuzuia gari kwa kusanyika pale kwa barabara. Kwa siku hiyo tulianza na mwanzo.
Yes, Your Honor, the appearances are the same in the first team, and we adopt the submissions in the previous files, and together with the orders in the previous files.
Joanna, may I say something? Your Honor, I understand there's some problem, and I understand the problem. I say this, Your Honor, with a principle. I can only afford
I think you can pay the extra payment.
I'm sure our governor actually, we thank him very much. Together with all of being a terrorist by those whom he had actually been socializing, drinking wine with, playing around with social life. They now turned against him and said that he was a terrorist.
Noted. I've noted.
But that's not part of the record.
For my personal consumption.
And I'm having a case of Google in a similar circumstance. He was in charge of doing a terrorist when he had actually done a lot of good things for the country. I'm saying all these things so that I think I've noticed in my untrained or witness mind that there will be hope in the future if this goes properly.
Just such a way meshtakiwa nakosa kwamba imeweza kuzuia gari kwenye barabara ambapo mnamo tarehe 25 mwezi wa kwanza katika barabara ya tatu kuzuia kukusanyika katika barabara Plaza na Wapaza mbele na Masumbiji just started
Similarly, we appear as in the previous quorum, and we adopt every bit of the submissions and orders in the previous files.
Your Honor, we similarly appear as in the previous record, and similarly, I agree with the previous orders which should apply to the instant case.
It's better we wait.
We can make the applications after this. We can just adopt we can adopt the previous submissions. We will ascertain if we make appropriate applications. We will make the application once we ascertain. Off the record. Yes, I'm not talking with him outside. That's after I finish. That's right. He will buy tea today. Yes. I am his good mentee. That's not part of the record. That's all. We wait for the meeting. So we have another one.
45. There's another one with 80 Central. Central, this one Abuja has the register. So the register. So the people might, Bado was not registered. Or 15 and 60. 60. So you have total. That happened close to 1 something. Anyway, one minute cases. We are really cases and masks. As you even know, in this jurisdiction, we are not only extradition. We went to them locally. Now we have to deal with international banks. You see how we challenge on extradition. Now, you watch it. I watched it now. I sent you that our watch our submissions. That application, Selina's application. Our submissions on extradition. You know our submissions, they adopted them. So that the application they brought today is in that only word, even language we are counting. Bado kuna ingine system